Good morning. Welcome to field number 2 here at the Palmasola Softball Complex. It is day number 16 of the Florida Gulf Coast League regular season. I'm Tom Canterbury, and we have the first of 3 games here on field number 2. This game features the Sarasota Circus taking on the DeSoto Queens. This is game 2 of a 3-game series between these two. Yesterday, it was the Queens with a 12-6 victory over the Circus. Here is the starting lineup for the visiting Sarasota Circus. They are 4-10 overall. They are in 10th place in the league entering today's play. 8 games behind in the loss column for head coach Katie Kissler. The starting lineup: Lauren Fox, the second baseman, leading things off with Sophia Anderson, center field, batting second. Sammy Zelinka, shortstop, bats third. Ava Hazard, first base, batting fourth. Batting fifth is Kenny McQuillan, the left fielder. Catching, batting sixth is Taylor Davidson. Caitlin Clark, third base, will bat seventh. Batting eighth is Riley Simpson, the left fielder, and Allison Wisniewski, the pitcher, will bat ninth. They'll face in the circle for the Queens, the right-handed freshman out of North Iowa Area Community College in the transfer portal, Ella Brooks. Brooks on the year, making her 13th appearance for the Queens. She's pitched 36 innings with a 5-1 record, 35 runs allowed, 34 have been earned for a 6.61 ERA. 47 hits, 12 strikeouts, 25 walks, and a 2 whip for Brooks on the year. As a team, the Queens have given up 65 runs, 61 earned through 14 games. First pitch is a ball, and we are underway. 65 runs allowed, 61 have been earned as a team. That is a 4.76 team ERA and a 1.74 team whip. Lauren Fox leading things off for the Circus. Fox, 5 of 28, batting 179. 7 runs scored, 2 runs driven in with 3 doubles and 11 walks on the year. And she's up in the count, 3 balls and no strikes. As a team, the Circus, through 14 games, they've scored 71 runs, have a 260 team batting average, and a 362 team OBP. And Fox draws a 4-pitch walk to start things off here in the top of the first inning. Which will bring up the center fielder, Sophia Anderson. Anderson, 6 of 24, batting 250 with 8 runs scored, a double and 10 walks. There's a strike. Brooks yesterday got the victory, went 5 innings, gave up 6 hits, 6 runs all earned with 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. Ball and strike. Anderson yesterday did not get an at-bat. That's back to the pitcher. She caught it on the fly. And that's going to be a double play. Line drive, double play. Brooks made the catch, threw to second, but then they threw to first and got Fox doubled off. And there's 2 gone, just like that. First pitch is a ball to Sammy Zelinka. Zelinka batting .429. She's 12 of 28, 7 runs scored, leads the team with 13 RBIs, has 2 doubles and 5 walks, along with a sac fly. Zelinka yesterday was 0 for 1 in her lone plate appearance. 82 degrees at first pitch, partly cloudy skies. It feels like it's already up to 90. Ball and 2 strikes. Lincoln stays alive with that foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Defensively for the Queens, you have Lewis in left, Charlton in center, Grillo in right, Howell at third, Byram at short, Doyle at second, Ruggiero at first, Desiderio behind the plate catching Brooks, and Blakely is the DP. That one's well hit to center field, but ranging over to make the catch is Charlton for out number 3 to retire the side. Leadoff walk erased by the double play, and nothing doing for the Circus here in the first. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We played a half inning. Circus nothing, Queens coming to bat. This is the FGCL. We head to the bottom of the first inning. No score between the Circus and the Queens. Here is the starting lineup for the Soto Queens. They are 11-3 on a 3-game winning streak entering today's play. They're in second in the league standings, 1 game back in the loss column under head coach Presley Pylon. Leading things off will be Ty Charlton, the center fielder, with Ella Brooks, the pitcher, batting second. Bella Ruggiero, the first baseman, batting third. Maya Doyle, second base, batting fourth. Batting fifth is Sophia Grillo, the right fielder. Julia Desiderio, catching, batting sixth. Jamira Byram, shortstop, bats seventh. Batting eighth is Carissa Howell, the third baseman. Left fielder Sav Lewis will bat ninth, and Ava Blakely, extra hitter, will bat 10th. They'll face in the circle for the Circus, right-handed freshman from Tiffin University, Allison Wisniewski. Wisniewski making her 10th appearance. She's pitched 27 innings with a 1-4 record. 27 runs allowed, 24 have been earned, a 6.22 ERA, 38 hits, 7 strikeouts, 24 walks, a 2.30 whip. First pitch misses for ball 1. As a team, the Circus, through 14 games, have given up 100 runs, 86 have been earned, a 6.45 ERA, and a team whip at 2.11. Ty Charlton leading things off. She's batting .541, 20 of 37, 18 runs scored, 14 RBIs, with 3 homers, 2 triples, and 3 doubles, and 11 walks. That's a .646 on-base percentage for Charlton so far here in the FGCL. As a team, the Queens, through 14 games, have a team batting average at .368. They've scored 125 runs and have a team on-base percentage of .464. Charlton swings and misses there, and the count's full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Circus defensively, McQuillan in left, Anderson in center, Stinson in right, Clark at third, Zelinka at short, Fox at second, Hazard at first, with Davidson catching. Fouled off. Count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. First of 3 games here on field number 2. Slice and the Impact coming up next after the Impact walked off the Slice in game 1 of that series yesterday. And then at 2:30 will be the Rivermox and the Rodeo. It was a Rivermox victory in a good game yesterday. Ground ball to third, picked by Clark. The throw is not going to be in time. Infield single for Tyler Charlton, starting things off for the Queens here in the first. Really nice play by Clark to be able to grab that one on the backhand. But with Charlton's speed, she was able to beat out the infield single. And with nobody out runner on first, Ella Brooks steps in. First pitch to her is a called strike. Brooks 1 of 7 at the plate this season. Batting .143 with a run scored and RBI, her hit. a home run. She has 3 walks. Just missed there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Over on field 1 today, the Sea Cows and the Aquanauts kicking things off, followed by the Skeeters and the Finns and the Squeeze and the Pioneers. Yesterday, the Aquanauts tossed a no-hitter against the Sea Cows. Cameron Ponich. A 6-inning no-hitter. Keep you up to date as that one progresses. Standings entering today, the Squeeze are in first place. They're on a 7-game win streak at 12-2. Queens 1 game behind, 11-3 on a 3-game win streak, and the Aquanauts at 10-3 are in third. Impact in 4th place at 8-5. Slice and Rodeo tied at 8-6, tied for 5th, with the River Mocs in 7th at 6-7. Sea Cows in 8th at 5-8, with the Finns in 9th at 4-10. Skeeters in 11th at 2-10, and the Pioneers in 12th at 2-11. Hit the inside corner for a called strike 3. Brooks is down on strikes, and that's the first out of the inning for the Queens. They'll bring up Bella Ruggiero. Ruggiero, 21-41, batting .512. Runner goes. They'll throw down, but Charlton's going to be safe with the stolen base. 15 runs scored, 13 driven in by Ruggiero on the year, 2 homers and a double, 7 walks. Pops this one up on the infield. Zelinka calls everyone off. She'll make the catch for out number 2. So now 2 outs with the runner on second. Amaya Doyle will be the batter. Doyle batting .485. She's 16-33, 10 runs scored, 11 runs driven in with 2 homers and a double. 7 walks, a hit by pitch and a sac fly, and that's a blooper that's going to fall for a base hit into center field. Charlton will round third and come in to score, and an RBI single for Amaya Doyle gets the scoring started for the Queens. It's 1-0 here in the first. Wasn't hit extremely hard, which was actually beneficial for the Queens there. Charlton was going to score all the way. That brings up Sophia Grillo. First pitch to her is in the dirt, 4 ball 1. Grillo batting .276. She's 8-29. 8 runs scored, 7 runs driven in with a homer and 2 doubles. Walked 7 times and been hit by a pitch once. High and away. Grillo did not appear at the plate yesterday. And that's a 4-pitch walk, putting runners now on first and second with 2 outs. So 2 outs, runners on first and second now for Julia Desiderio. Desiderio batting .400. She's 12-30. Scored 15 times and had 8 RBIs with 2 homers, 2 doubles, 4 walks, and 2 hit by pitches. .500 OBP. Timeout call. Davidson's going to go out and have a word with Wisniewski, who did pitch in yesterday's game and came in relief, pitched 2 innings, gave up 2 hits and 2 runs, both earned with 3 walks. Desiderio at the plate yesterday was 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored, had a double and a walk. Skies this one in foul ground. It'll get out of play. Ground ball to third, and the tag of the bag is going to be in time at third to get the force and in the inning. Clark collected the ball, hit the bag with the ball, and that'll do it for the Queens here in the first, but they do get on the board first. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left. We played an inning. Queens lead at 1-0. This is the FGCL. One nothing Queens. We move to the second inning. Circus has Hazard, McQuillan, and Davidson due up here in the second, facing Ella Brooks out for her second inning of work. Brooks, a freshman from Hudson, Wisconsin, at North Iowa Area Community College this past year. First pitch fouled away, 4 strike 1. Hazard batting .346, 9 of 26, 5 runs scored, 5 runs driven in, has a double and 2 walks on the year. Ground ball to short. Byram has it, throws there, and there's one away. That brings up Kennedy McQuillan. McQuillan batting .200. She's 6 of 30, 5 runs scored, 2 runs driven in with a home run, 2 doubles, and a walk. First pitch misses for ball 1. That home run came yesterday on a 2 for 4 day. A run scored and an RBI. One of only 3 home runs the Circus have hit this year, but they've all come in the last 2 games, including 2 yesterday. First Out of the Box podcast scoreboard update of the day. They're in the bottom of the first, no score between the Aquanauts and the Sea Cows. Cats have a couple runners on in the bottom of the first. Trying to take that series. There's a strike, 3-1. Ground ball to short, Byram. Long throw. Made it in time, and there's 2 away. So 2 out, nobody on for the catcher, Taylor Davidson. Davidson at 258 on the year, 8 of 31, 6 runs scored, 5 runs driven in, has a home run, a double, and 6 walks. Davidson yesterday was 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. There were 2 plate appearances. Fouled off, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Steady breeze blowing in from left field. Fouls that one off. We'll do it again. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 out, nobody on. Top of the second. Queens with a 1-0 lead. And the walk is issued. Two out walk, second walk of the day for Brooks. Keeps the inning alive, and that will bring up third baseman Caitlin Clark. Clark is 3 of 27, batting 111, 3 runs scored with an RBI, has a triple, 2 walks and a hit by pitch. One for 3 yesterday with a run scored. Ahead quickly, 3 balls, no strikes. That's in there for a strike. That's popped up to deep second. On third base side, Byron will make the catch for out number 3 to end the inning. 2 out walk doesn't do anything for the Circus here in the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the second, still 1-0 Queens. This is the FGCL. Head to the bottom of the second, 1-0 Queens. Byram, Howell, and Lewis 2 up for DeSoto here in the second against Allison Wisniewski. Native of Lithia, Florida. Freshman this past season at Tiffin University. Byram steps in, and here comes the first pitch. Called strike. Byram batting .349, 15 of 43, 12 runs scored, 18 RBIs. Most RBIs on a very good offensive team in the Queens. 3 homers, 4 doubles, 3 walks, and a sac fly. Ground ball, backhanded at second. Fox with a leaping throw, in time, got her. Derek Jeter-esque by Lauren Fox to get the first out. And they're going to challenge that one, so hold on one moment. So after the challenge, that's upheld as an out, and Krista Howell will be the batter. That is the one challenge for the Queens here today. Head coach Presley Pylon. First year as a head coach here in the league, and the first year as a team for the Queens. Pylon, the former Baylor and LSU player, was all defense her senior year for the Big 12 at Baylor. Three balls, no strikes on Carissa Howell. Batting .294, 10 of 34. 7 runs scored, 11 runs driven in, a homer, and 3 doubles. 4 walks and a sac fly. Takes that first strike. High and away for ball 4. And the walk puts a runner on first with 1 out. Now bring up the left fielder, Sav Lewis. Lewis batting .378, 14 of 37 with 11 runs scored and 5 RBIs. Went on the bunt for strike 1. 3 doubles and a walk so far here in the FGCL. And this is day 16 of the league out of 20 in the regular season. No one has played 16 games. Had a couple of weather days. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on first, 1-0 Queens here in the home half of the second. That's the first of 3 here on field number 2. Slicing the impact at noon. River Moxland Rodeo at 2:30. That one's taken to left field, and that's going to fall for a base hit. Lewis with the chip shot in front of McQuillan. And runners now on first and second with 1 out. For the extra hitter, Ava Blakely. Blakely batting .313. She's 10 of 32. 9 runs scored, 6 RBIs with a double, and 2 walks. Yesterday, Blakely was 1 for 3 with an RBI and 2 runs scored. Had a double. Is fouled away. 2 balls and a strike. One's fouled away. Count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ball 4 high and away, and the base is now loaded with 1 away. For Ty Charlton. Danger, danger if you are the Circus in this situation. First pitch drops in too low for ball 1. Charlton singled and scored her first time. Freshman at Georgia this past season from Lynchburg, Virginia. Was 5 of 25 for the Bulldogs with 2 RBIs, a homer, and 5 runs scored. Wisniewski being very careful, one of the best bats in the league. Can't be too careful, nowhere to put her. Infield playing in. Hopefully trying to cut down a run at the plate. Foul that one back, and the count's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, bases loaded. The Queens trying to put up a number here in the second. They're already lead at 1-0. High and away for ball 4, and that is going to be an RBI walk for Charlton. And it's 2-0. Queens with the lead. Bases still loaded, still 1 out. Now for Ella Brooks, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. At the plate for Nyack this past season, Brooks was 2 of 18 with 2 RBIs. Can really help her own cause with a hit here. Brooks' 1 hit on the season is a home run. Hits the outside corner, 2 balls, 2 strikes. We did see a grand slam on between these 2 teams on this field yesterday. Fia Zelenka for the Circus did it. A little high and outside, and the count's full, 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Brooks down on strikes for the 2nd time today. Big out number 2 for the Circus, trying to keep the Queens at arm's length. With Bella Ruggiero stepping to the plate. She's 0 for 1 with a pop out. Ruggiero redshirted at Florida State this past year, freshman season. Played in the 2024 Alliance All-Star game. Ground ball to second. Fox is there, makes the stop, and the throw a little bit wide, but Hazard kept her foot on the bag, snagged it, and that'll do it for the Queens here in the second. They add a run, but leave them loaded. 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors, and 3 left. We've played 2. It's 2-0 Queens. This is the FGCL. First pitch, a ball to Riley Simpson as we head to the third inning. Queens with a 2-0 lead. Fly ball, center field. Charlton will make the catch, and there's one away. It brings up the pitcher, Allison Wisniewski. Wisniewski is 3 of 24 on the year, batting .125, 4 runs scored, 4 RBIs with 3 walks. First pitch is high for ball 1. Wisniewski yesterday was 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Called strike, 1-1. Queens with a 2-0 lead. It could have been a lot worse, though. The Queens had left 5 on through the first 2 innings. Wisniewski in the circle has had some good situational pitching. There's not a lot of breathers in the Queens lineup. Comes in high for ball 4. Wisniewski draws the walk. Turning the lineup over to bring up Lauren Fox. Out of the Box Podcast scoreboard update. Top of the third inning. The Sea Cows with a 1-0 lead over the Aquanauts. Trying to even up that series in 1 game apiece are the Sea Cows. First pitch is high for ball 1 on Fox, who drew a walk her first time. Fox, a freshman at Syracuse from Commerce Township, Michigan. And Walled Lake Northern High School, where she also played varsity ice hockey and cross country, in addition to softball. For the Orange, was 1 for 14 at the plate, did score 13 runs as a pinch runner. .235 the on-base percentage for her. Up in the count 2-0 here with a runner on first. Circus trying to answer as the Queens have scored a run in each inning so far. So back-to-back walks by Brooks. 4 walks on the day. Runners now on first and second with 1 out. So for Sophia Anderson, who lined into a double play her first time. Anderson, a freshman at UC Davis this past season. Scored 4 runs. 2 balls, no strikes. 6 straight balls and back-to-back walks before this at bat. There's a strike. Brooks looks in, the 2-2 pitch. Slap to second. Safe at second. As Fox beat it out. So the fielder's choice is unsuccessful, and the bases are now loaded with one out for Sammy Zelinka. Pitch is outside for ball one. Zelinka, a freshman at FIU from there in Miami. Batted .287 for FIU this past season. 14 RBIs, a double, and a run scored for Zelinka. She's up at the count 3-0. Bases loaded, one out. Queens clean to a 2-0 lead. 3-0 pitch. High and away for ball four. And the RBI walk brings in a run. It is now 2-1 Queens. Presley Pylon going to talk things over with Brooks in the circle. Third base, Katie Kistler, head coach of the Circus, discussing things with Hazard and all the base runners. Kistler, the Florida Gator, had a career .297 batting average. Knocked in 45 RBIs as a senior for the Gators, first year as a head coach here in the FGCL. Ava Hazard now to the plate, bases loaded. Still just a one out, it's 2-1 Queens. First pitch, fouled away for strike one. Hazard, a freshman at Marshall this past year, entered the transfer portal and is headed to Eastern Kentucky. That is a fair ball off the third base bag. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. Hazard's on second with a 2 RBI double, and the Circus have taken the 3-2 lead. Fox and Anderson both scored. Zelinka to third. And a ground ball that hit the third base bag and was fair down the left field line. Still one out, still 2 in scoring position for Kennedy McQuillan. Ground ball to short. Only play is to first. Zelinka will score, and that's an RBI ground out for McQuillan. And it's now 4-2. First pitch, a called strike to Taylor Davidson. She walked her first time. Davidson, a sophomore at Syracuse. Batted .176 for the Orange this past season. Three RBIs with a homer and 5 runs scored. Circus with the 4 spot. They lead at 4-2. 2-1 is a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, runner on second. That one's well hit to left field, and it's going to hook foul. Another 2-2 on its way. Davidson pops this one up to deep short. Underneath it to make the catch is Byram for out number 3 to retire the side. But it was a big third inning for the Circus. They get 4 runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 runner left. We move to the bottom of the third, 4-2. Circus with the lead. This is the FGCL. Maya Doyle leading things off for the Queens as we head to the bottom of the third. Queens trying to answer back after the Circus scored 4 in the top of the third to take a 4-2 lead. The first pitch is a ball. Doyle had an RBI single her first time up back in the first inning. Doyle, a freshman at Tennessee this past year. Batted 145 with 9 RBIs, 3 homers, a double, and 8 runs scored for the Lady Vols. Lines that one into left field, down for a base hit, her second of the day. So leadoff single for Doyle, puts a runner on first with nobody out for Sophia Grillo. She walked her first time, did Grillo. Grillo, a sophomore at South Carolina this past season, entered the transfer portal after redshirting this past year. Ground ball, that's going to get through. So back-to-back singles for the Queens. Runners on first and second with nobody out. For Julia Desiderio. 0 for 1 with the ground out. Desiderio also at South Carolina this past year, also entered the transfer portal, and she is heading to Florida. From Hudson, Florida. Did not play this last year. That one's line and that one's through. Into left field. Doyle will stay at third, and 3 straight singles load the bases with nobody out for the Queens, as they have set themselves up to be able to answer back big time. Circus took the 4-2 lead in the top of the third. Jamira Byram now the batter. She grounded out her first time up. Byram, a sophomore at Liberty from Henderson, Kentucky. Batted 194 for the Flames with 5 RBIs, a homer, a triple, and 2 doubles. Swings and misses there out in front of the change. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fouled off, ball and 2 strikes. That one's high and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Queens have left 5 runners on base through the first 2 innings, including a loaded last inning. Trying to take advantage of the opportunities now. Counts full at 3-2. Payoff pitch. That one's taken to the right field. Catch will be made. Tag up from third. Doyle will score, and that's a sac fly for Byram. And it's now 4-3 with 1 out here in the third. Chris Howell now the batter. Both of the runners stayed, so runners on first and second with 1 out. Howell walked and scored her first time. Also from Liberty. Chopper is short. They'll throw to second for 1. Won't be able to turn the double play. Didn't get the second out of the inning. Runners on the corners with 2 outs for Sav Lewis, who singled her first time. Lewis, a sophomore at Salt Lake Community College in 2025 from Vernal, Utah. In the portal, looking for a new home. Slapped at and missed. They'll throw down. Everyone is safe, including Howell, who gets the stolen base to second. So no balls, 2 strikes now on Lewis, with 2 runners in scoring position. takes that to center, and that's down for a base hit. One run will score. Here comes Howell. She will score as well. Lewis will take second. And that's a 2 RBI single for Sav Lewis. And the Queens back out in front. It's now 5-4. Bring up Ava Blakely. That pitch to Lewis. Got way too much at the plate for an 0-2. She took advantage. Blakely walked her first time. Queens took advantage of their base runners here in this inning. They grabbed the lead back, looking to extend the cushion. Ground ball to pass the third baseman into left field. Lewis will score. And the RBI single for Ava Blakely makes it 6-4. Bring up Ty Charlton. And that one is driven deep center field. Way back. Way gone. Ty Charlton with a rain-making shot to center field. The Queens have scored 6 in the inning. They lead it 8-4. Elle Brooks now the batter. First pitch is inside for ball 1. Brooks is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Queens have had chances to put up crooked numbers every inning, and they came through here in the third. Swing and a miss. Brooks down on strikes, and that'll do it for the DeSoto Queens, with the Queens get 6 runs on 6 hits. No errors and nobody left here in the third. We head to the fourth. It's 8-4, Queens with the lead. This is the FGCL. New pitcher for the Queens as we head to the 4th inning. Queens with an 8-4 lead over the Circus. Ella Brooks will give way to Maddie Furness. Brooks went 3 innings, gave up 1 hit and 4 runs that were all earned on 5 walks and no strikeouts. And Furness enters the game for the 12th time on the season for the Queen. She's pitched 35 2/3 innings with a 5-2 record. 28 runs allowed, 25 have been earned for a 4.91 ERA. 34 hits, 35 strikeouts, 27 walks, 171 the whip for Furness. And she'll start things off facing Caitlin Clark, who popped up her first time. Swung on a miss for strike 1. Furness, a freshman at Georgia Tech this past season, and has entered the transfer portal. Had a 1-2 record for the Yellow Jackets with a 7.71 ERA. (16 1/3 innings pitched, 27 hits, 24 runs, 18 earned, 17 walks, and 3 strikeouts for the Southington, Connecticut native in Atlanta this past year. In the end, she is in the portal and has pitched well for the Queens this season. Grounded to second. Doyle is there, makes the flip for out number 1. The Queens responded to the Circus's 4 runs in the top of the 3rd with 6 in the home half of the 3rd. And they lead it 8-4. Riley Stinson now the batter. 0 for 1 with a fly out. First pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. Stinson from Mansfield, Texas, Mansfield Legacy High School. On her way to Ochita Baptist. Fly ball to left. Oh, it had to be a late break as that one got caught up in the wind. A diving catch by Lewis for out number 2. Lewis had a beat on it and just kept trailing away from her. Laid out and made the grab. And with 2 outs, that brings up Allison Wisniewski. Walked and scored her first time. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Swings and misses at 1 in the dirt for strike 3, and the Circus go down in order here in the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left. We move to the bottom of the 4th, 8-4. Queens with the lead. This is the FGCL. We head to the home half of the fourth inning. 8-4, Queens with the lead. Bella Ruggiero will lead things off for the Queens. Allison Wisniewski back out for her fourth inning work. Through 3. She's given up 8 runs that have all been earned on 9 hits. And there's the 10th. Bella Ruggiero gets off a little bit of a schneid with the base hit. Leadoff single brings up Amaya Doyle. Doyle 2 for 2 on the day with a couple of singles, an RBI, and a run scored. First pitch is high for ball 1. Over on field 1, it's a pitching duel between Katie Rearley and Aiko Conaway. Sea Cows with a 1-0 lead over the Aquanauts as they play in the bottom of the 5th. Second inning RBI ground out, the lone run of the game over there on field 1.
Oh, I see it. I see it. Ooh, I feel it in my blood.
Here comes payoff pitch to Maya Doyle. Fly ball to shallow center, now deep short. Zelenko will make the catch for the first out of the inning. Sophia Grillo now the batter. 1 for 1, walked in the first inning, single and scored in the third. And drills this one to deep center field. That one is way back, way gone. Two-run shot for Sophia Grillo. It's now 10-4, Queens with the lead. Julia Desiderio steps in, 1 for 2 with a single. First pitch to her, to the backstop for ball 1. 10-4 Queens. 2-run homers by both Ty Charlton and Sophia Grillo in the last 2 innings. That's grounded through for a base hit. 2 for 3 day for Julia Desiderio. And they'll bring out Katie Kissler. And there'll be a change in the circle for the Circus. Allison Wisniewski went 3 1/3. Gave up 12 hits. 10 runs are all earned. She is responsible for the runner on first base. Four walks and 3 strikeouts for Wisniewski. And we'll have a whole new battery as Fia Zelinka will take the circle. And Caroline Johnson will be the new catcher for the Circus. Zelinka on the year, making her 10th appearance. She's pitched 33 innings with a 3-1 record. 18 runs allowed, 15 have been earned. That's a 3.18 ERA. 34 hits, 43 strikeouts, 14 walks, and a 145 whip for Zelinka. She comes in trying to keep this game out of run rule territory. First pitch is a called strike on the inside corner to Jamira Byram. Byram 0 for 1 with a ground out and a sac fly RBI. Fly ball to right, and that is going to be just foul. Home run distance, so not quite the direction. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That wasn't foul by much, but it sliced just to the right of the right field foul pole. Foul ball on check swing. We'll do it again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Queens with 8 unanswered since the Circus took a 4-2 lead in the top of the 3rd inning. That one's lined to left, and that's down. Base hit. Runners now on first and second with 1 out. Third baseman Krista Howell will now be the batter. 0 for 1. Walked and scored in the second. Reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the third. First pitch is a ball. And there with good velocity on the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Zelinka, the sophomore at Southeastern University in 2025. From Miami. She was the conference pitcher of the year at Southeastern this past year. At a 1.30 ERA. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got her with her eyes. There's 2 gone. .139 2/3 innings pitched, 107 hits, 39 runs, 26 earned, 19 walks, 103 strikeouts, a 17-4 record at Southeastern this past year for Zelinka. First pitch is high for ball 1 to Sav Lewis. Two for 2 on the day, 2 singles, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. 2 RBI single in the third gave the Queens the lead. That one's fouled off. Button. Zelinka has it. The throw is in time. Gets Lewis for out number 3. Retire the side. Fox covering from second to end the inning. But the Queens add to their lead here in the bottom of the 4th. 2 runs on 4 hits no errors, and 2 left. We've played 4, 10-4. Queens with the lead. This is the FGCL. We move to the 5th inning. Queens with a 10-4 lead over the Circus. Maddie Dodig will get her first at-bat of the game to start things off. First pitch is a called strike. Facing Maddie Furness out for her second inning work. Dodig batting .355, 11 of 31, 9 runs scored, 8 runs driven in. 5 doubles and 3 walks for Dodig so far on the year. Trying to get things going again for the Circus. They've given up 8 unanswered and they trail 10-4. Ground ball to short. Collected, but the throw is off the mark. Dodig will dig for second, and she's going to be out there as it's backed up. That'll be an infield single for Dodig, and then she's out trying for second on the backup of the overthrow. Annalise Bunsey getting her first at-bat now. Bunsey's 8 of 30, 267, 4 runs scored, 7 runs driven in with 3 doubles and a walk. Wave had it missed. Ground ball to short. Byron was there, makes a throw for out number 2. Now we'll bring up Sammy Zelinka, who is 0 for 1 with a flyout, an RBI walk, and a run scored. first pitch, fouled away for strike one. Over on field one, they're still in the bottom of the sixth now. Sea Cows with a 1-0 lead over the Aquanauts. Two-one to Zelinka. Grounded to first. Ruggiero has it. She'll step on the bag for out number 3 to end the inning. The Circus get a hit, but nothing doing here in the fifth. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. We move to the bottom of the fifth inning. 10-6, Queens with the lead. This is CFGCL. Ava Blakely leading things off for the Queens here in the bottom of the fifth. They lead at 10-4. Blakely, 1 for 1 with a walk, an RBI single, and a run scored. Changes out in the field for the Circus. Bunsey now in center, Bragg at third, and Dodig at second. So you have McQuillan, Bunsey, Stinson left to right in the outfield. Bragg, Zelinka, Dodig, Hazard third to first, with Johnson catching. Zelinka back out now for her first full inning of work. She came in, got the final 2 outs without allowing an inherited run to score in the fourth. Counts now 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 gone here in the fifth. Back to top of the order, and Ty Charlton. 2 for 2 on the day, single and scored in the first, had an RBI walk in the second, and hit a 2-run moonshot in the third. 1-2. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on here in the 5th. 10-4, Queens with the lead. Called strike 3 on the inside corner, and there's 2 away. Back-to-back strikeouts from Zelinka. Maddie Furnace, the batter. Furnace 0 for 3 so far here in the league with a strikeout at the plate. That's a well-hit ball, knocked down by Zelinka, but an infield single for Maddie Furnace. Keeps the inning alive. And that will bring up Bella Ruggiero. 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. Her run would be the game ender as she stands at the plate. That's a ground ball to short, and oh, that eats up Zelinka at short. So the E6 puts runners on first and second with 2 out. For Maya Doyle. Doyle 2 for 3. RBI single in the first, a single and run scored in the third, and a pop out in the fourth. Drops in for a called strike. Foul tipped in the glove for strike 3. And Zelinka gets out of it. No runs on a hit, 1 error, and 2 left. We played 5, 10-4. Queens with the lead as they're held scoreless for the first time in an inning today. We head to the 6th. This is the FGCL. Ava Hazard leading things off for the Circus here in the 6th. 10-4 Queens. Hazard had a 2 RBI double her last time up, 1 for 2 on the day. Third inning relief for Batty Furnace. And too far around on the check swing. And at the top of the 7th, over on field 1, the Sea Cows still with a 1-0 lead over the Aquanauts. Aquanauts are the home team. They'll have a chance in the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Hazard down on strikes. One out now for Kenny McQuillan. 0 for 2 with an RBI ground out. Chopper back to Furnace. She has it. 2 out. They'll bring up Caroline Johnson for the first time today. I think she held up on the swing, but it was a call strike anyway. Johnson's batting .452. She's 14 of 31, 5 runs scored, 6 runs driven in, with 2 doubles, 2 walks, and she's been hit twice here in the league. That one's grounded foul. Chopper to third. And Howell can't collect it. That's going to be an E5. Putting a runner on first. First error of the day for the Queens. Brings up Peyton Bragg. Bragg batting .194. Chops this one back to the pitcher. Furnace will collect it, and the error does no damage here in the 6th. Circus, no runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 6th. 10-4, Queens with the lead. This is the FGCL. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Queens with a 10-4 lead over the Circus. Sophia Grillo will be the batter. 2 for 2 on the day. First pitch, called strike. A walk in the first, a single with a run scored in the third, and a 2-run homer in the fourth for Grillo. That's foul down third baseline. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Over on field 1, they're now in the bottom of the 7th. And an RBI single by Caroline Patterson has tied the ball game up at 1 for the Aquanauts and the Sea Cows, and the Knots still have nobody out. Runners on first and second. Grillo chased that one in the dirt. Throw down is in time, and there's one gone. That brings up Julia Desiderio. 2 for 3 on the day with a couple of singles.
No choice.
Call strike, 2-1. Hard hit ball to short, and that's going to get through. Base hit for Desiderio, her 3rd hit of the day. Puts a runner on, 1 away. For Jemiah Byram, 1 for 2. Ground out in the 2nd. Sac fly in the 3rd, and a single in the 4th. Ball to short, and that one's going to get through. A throw back behind and safe. Back at second is Desiderio. The second error of the game for the Circus. Puts runners now on first and second for Carissa Howell. Howell 0 for 2. Walked and scored in the 2nd. Fielder's choice and scored in the 3rd. Struck out in the 4th. Byram represent the game-ending run on first. Circus trying to get out of this one to give an opportunity to bat in the top of the 7th. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. And there's 2 away. That'll bring up Sav Lewis, who's 2 for 3. Couple singles, couple of RBIs, and a run scored. Fly ball to shallow center, now deep short. Ranging back is Zelinka. She'll make the catch for out number 3, and the Circus does get to bat in the top of the 7th. For the Queens, no runs on a hit, an error, and 2 left. We head to the 7th, last chance for the Circus. It's 10-4. Queens with the lead. This is the FGCL. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Last chance for the Circus. 10-4. Queens with the lead. Riley Stinson will lead things off for the Circus. She's 0 for 2. Maddie Furness back out to try to finish this one off for the Queens. They're in extras over on field 1. Top of the 8th inning. 1-1 between the Aquanauts and the Sea Cows. Aquanauts trying to claim that series. Sea Cows trying to even things up. First pitch to Riley Stinson. Low and away for ball 1. Two balls and 2 strikes on Stinson. Line drive down, base hit. Leadoff single gets it started for Stinson and the Circus here in the 7th. That brings up Pia Zelinka, getting her first at-bat of the day. First pitch is a strike. Thea, 8 of 26, batting .308. 5 runs scored with 6 RBIs, a homer, a double, and 4 walks. Hit a grand slam yesterday. What ended up being a 12-6 queen victory. Trying to win it by 6 again here today. Claim the series. We'll have game 3 tomorrow. Ground ball, and that is going to be stopped on the infield by Byram, but she won't have a play. Excuse me, by Doyle, but she won't have a play. And that's an infield single for Via Zelenka. Runners now on first and second. Nobody out here in the 7th. We'll bring up Maddie Dodig, who singled her first time, was thrown out trying to get to second after an overthrow. First pitch fouled away for strike 1. They're heading to the bottom of the 8th over on field 1. Aquanauts held the Sea Cows off the board in the top of the 8th. They'll have a chance to walk it off at the bottom. That one's to the backstop. Wild pitch, puts runners on second and third with a 2-2 count. And the payoff pitch. One hopper to third. Al thought about trying to come home, but then remembered she had a 6-run lead and threw to first to get the out. Simpson scores, runner to third. RBI ground out for Dodig. 10-5 the score. First pitch fouled away for strike 1 by Annalise Bunsey, who is 0 for 1 with a ground out. Fly ball center field, tracking it down to make the catch is Charlton. Coming in to score is Zelenka on the sacrifice fly. It's now 10-6. And now the Circus are down to their final out. Sammy Zelenka the batter, first pitch. Outside, high for ball 1. 0 for 2. And an RBI walk and run scored for Zelenka on today. Final from field 1. In 8 innings, the Aquanauts come back and beat the Sea Cows 2-1. In the bottom of the 8th, an error on a sac bunt brings home the winning run. And the Knots get a very necessary for them to stay in the top 4 win over the Sea Cows. They win the series, we'll look for the sweep tomorrow. Fouled that one off. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Circus down to their final strike. They've scored 2 here in the inning, but both the runs have come along with an out. 2-2. Ground ball to first. Ruggiero's there. She'll step on the bag for out number 3, and that is the ball game. Your final score here on field 2 is Queens 10, Circus 6. The Queens win the series. We'll go for the sweep tomorrow. Here in the 7th inning for the Circus, they get 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left. With the win, the Queens improve to 12-3. It's now a 4-game win streak. The Circus fall to 4-11. They've now lost 2 in a row. For the Queens, 10 runs on 15 hits. They committed 1 error. They left 11 runners on. For the Circus, 6 runs on 4 hits. They committed 2 errors, and they left 3 runners on base. Once again, your final score, Queens 10, Circus 6. Coming up next here on field 2, it's the Slice taking on the Impact. That's coming up in approximately 30 minutes. Until then, I'm Tom Canterbury, and this is the FGCL.